Hey guys, Ashton here, and so I'm gonna watch a movie called Daniel the Wizard. I have not watched it yet. This is pre watching the movie. But I want y'all to know what led me to watch this movie before I actually started. So basically, this goes all the way back to this morning. Um, it was around maybe 12 p.m. Yesterday, and I was talking to my friend, and then we saw that Fortnite had an emote for Bob Ross, and then we started talking about it, and then we were just saying like, oh yeah, we haven't watched a single episode of Bob Ross. How do people find that enjoyable? So then I decided I'm gonna watch an episode of Bob Ross, and I looked and I saw the highest rated episode of Bob Ross, and I watched it. And then while I was watching it, I was like, man, I really want to know what is the highest rated, or not highest, but lowest rated movie on IMDb. And I don't think I found it. But everyone who saw this movie seems to unanimously agree that this is the worst movie ever. So I think I'm gonna watch it. From what I heard, it's not a fun bad movie. It's a boring movie. But I'm so intrigued in watching this because it's free on YouTube. So if you haven't watched it and you want to watch it and subject yourself to this pain, go ahead, be my fucking guest. Um, so yeah, with that being said, I'm going to watch the movie. Yeah, I'll let y'all know what I think about the movie and how awful and truly terrible it is. Um, so yeah, I'll see y'all there. Yeah. So I watched it. Wow. It was a very, very awful movie. But the good thing was, it was fun bad. It was actually a movie that was fun and bad, and I found myself laughing at this so many times. I was just laughing my ass off at the most randomest scenes. Like there was this one time where the main character. By the way, I have a few things to say before I get into like what happened in it. First off, this is spoilers, 100% spoilers. Um, but okay, so David in this scene walks in and like eats a cake, and then the store manager, like the store owner's like, "Hey, you fucking dick! Why are you eating my cake?" Hold on, let me turn off my TV real quick. Why are you eating my fucking cake? What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop eating my cake! Like, because he just like lifted up and like fucking put it in his mouth, and there was like four or five cakes just kind of there, and so so then David goes, "I'd like to have all of the cakes." Also, by the way, I want to put out this movie is in German, so I had to read subtitles. But either way, he's like, "I want all of the cakes," and he's like, oh, give him the cake." And so he has like a daughter and or a granddaughter. It's one of the two for sure. And so she packs up and she gives it to him, and then immediately cuts to a scene where the old dude is dancing, and it's so fucking funny for no reason because he's just dancing. There is no reason for this man to be dancing, but he's just dancing. And then the daughter kind of is like, what the fuck? And then he looks at her, and then he just gets all angry. And he's like, oh. I'm not gonna show you any scenes from it because you have to watch this. You have to fucking watch it. But like he like lifts up his head and he's like and he kind of like leans in for it, like not going to slap her, but like leans in for it, and that was so fucking funny. Okay, so either way, getting to what I was gonna say. So a few things. One, they did say in the movie that that they are a boy and girl. I was just like, okay, that's cool. And then somebody used he in it. I think it was his grandma in it that said he. So I just assume, or so I'm just going to say in this video that there are he. And I did look up because the person in the video, I will post the movie, the video I watched the movie from, because the captions in it actually has funny shit in it, because the person who uploaded it, I guess they made the captions themselves, and they decide to sometimes drop like little fun facts in it, and like, behind the scenes of what happened. They also like to drop jokes in there, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, it was fun. I thought it was a fun movie. The captions were the captions were the best part, to be honest. I mean, the person would just like sometimes drop something. It's like, oh shit. And something actually here is what I figured out is Daniel is a real person. They actually said that in the captions. They said that Daniel is a real person, and also every scene that featured a concert was actually filmed at a concert. It wasn't fake, which I didn't think it was, but it's nice to actually get confirmed of it being real. But yeah, no, that's just what that is. And I decided to look him up, and he died. Which I found that out, and I was like, oh, shit. And that's very depressing to see, because in this movie, it's basically two people try to murder him, or three, I guess. They try to murder him, and it's like, oh, that's very depressing, because okay, so he died by drowning. The body was never found, by the way. The body was never recovered, but it's presumed that he died by drowning. And another thing I found out was that he is bisexual, so that's just I don't know, that's kind of what I assume, or why I assume that, like, they use, like, he, her, she pronoun, I don't know. Either way, it did come out, or he did die. It was, like, in a boating thing. Like, it was at a cruise, and he fell from the fifth floor. So I don't know if he committed suicide or he just, like, tripped and fell. I don't think there's any news on if he committed suicide. But if he did, that's very depressing for this movie. It's kind of like whenever Robin Williams had that movie where he kind of went down to hell so he could save his wife from hell. Because the wife, like, committed suicide, and then Robin Williams had to go down to hell to save her from hell to bring her back up to heaven. It's yeah, and then, Robin Williams actually did commit suicide back in, like, 2014, I think it was. So it's just very, very depressing, and it's just kind of sad, the fact that I'm going to be talking about this movie, because and I will be talking about this movie, but, like, I just, rest in peace, David. I like that's just really depressing. But let's get into the movie now. Let's get into the movie and how fun and fucking awful this movie was. But I don't think there's a point in it where I was like, I am so bored of this movie. But there were so many points where I was watching it and thinking, holy shit, this is dragging. So I don't know where to begin. Okay, so the movie starts at a concert, and then after the concert, like, you get introduced to David, and I think I'm gonna skip that part and immediately bring up the fact that there's this dude who's, like, wearing a cloak, and he's really weirdly dressed up, and I believe he had a hat, like a top hat, and he had a trombone with him the entire time. He had a trombone with him and just carrying it. Just fucking carrying it. And then there was some people who were watching the concert from home, from the beginning scene, and they were like, we're gonna kill this motherfucker. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna kill this motherfucker. And it's like a stepdad, a daughter, a stepdaughter, I guess, and a stepson. So, like, I believe that they're related. The brother and the sister, I'm pretty sure that they're related. But basically they're watching it and they're like, I believe they even asked, they're like, hey, what does this person identify as? And they're like, oh, they don't identify as nothing because they're gonna be dead. so it immediately just, like, fucking becomes hilarious. Just, like, off the bat, fucking funny. And the best part is, so, he says, like, he's gonna be dead. And then it cuts back to the concert. And then it immediately cuts back to him. And he's wearing, like, a full-blown ski mask. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna fuck this guy up. That's not the best part, though. He doesn't do anything. This entire fucking movie, that guy does literally fucking nothing. He doesn't do a single fucking thing. So, after that scene happens, the brother and the sister, they scope out the area, and they look at Daniel while he's singing. And then the brother, you can see that he's kind of becoming a fan of his. And they even mention that. They're like, oh, are you becoming a fan of him? No, why the fuck are you becoming a fan of him? And then, I didn't get that impression, though, at first. I didn't get that impression of, oh, he is a really big fan of Daniel. But no, it just seemed like he was really pissed off. And then he was like, oh, yeah, you're becoming a fan of him, huh? You're becoming a fan. I'm like, oh, shit. But then, okay, so the guy, the one I said does nothing, the stepfather, he goes to a graveyard. I don't know why. He just goes to a graveyard so he can go to a graveyard, I guess. And he's there. And then he sees someone. And he's like, hey, you're Johnny. Wait, you're not Johnny. Johnny's been dead for 30 years. And he's like, I am Johnny. And he's like, no, there's no way you're Johnny. Oh, you'll never guess who it was, by the way. Okay, but I want to completely add the wizard thing. Danny the Wizard, I think this came out. This has nothing to do with being a wizard. I mean, nothing. Everything in this movie is just so fucking weird that you just kind of let it go until they bring up the wizard thing at the very fucking end of the movie, where it's like, oh, whoa, oh shit, this is called Danny the Wizard, or Daniel the Wizard, whatever the fuck. Also, I want to point out, the one of the fun facts they brought out here was the fact that the producer of this saw Daniel at a live concert, loved him, and then was just like, we gotta make a movie out of him. And then that's when that's whenever the fuck this came out. And so where was I at? Okay, so Johnny comes over there, and he's like, I am Johnny. And he threatens him. He fucking threatens him. He's like, hey, I've been watching Daniel for so long now. By the way, Daniel's 18. That's what they said. He's 18 in this. And he's like, I've been watching Daniel for fucking so long now. You are not gonna do anything to him. And he's like, shit, yeah, I guess I'm not. Fuck, I guess I'm not gonna do anything to Daniel. And I want to completely add, that happens like 20 minutes into the movie, so that's one bad guy down. Now there's two bad guys. And because the third one got immediately eliminated like 5 minutes into seeing his character. But okay, what happened after that? I'm trying to remember. It was we also get introduced to this girl later on. This is completely out of order, but we also get introduced to this girl who has a really weird line at the beginning that we meet her. So Daniel's about to go to Hollywood, and he goes over there, and then this girl goes, "Hey, aren't you scared?" And Daniel's like, "Oh, Why would I be scared? And she says, because I'm gonna kill you. And then Daniel's like, why are you gonna kill me? Did I do anything to you? And she said, quite the opposite. You saved my father from drowning. And that's where it gets left off. I mean, they have more scenes with her, but they don't have anything else mentioned about the father. Daniel just kind of goes, oh, okay. I mean, we don't get any answers about who the fuck he saved. I mean, we never meet the father that he saved, and the character doesn't fucking matter. I mean, we see some other scenes with her, but nothing that makes you go, oh, she's a main character. Nothing that makes you go, oh, she's important. Because no one in this film is fucking important other than Daniel, the brother, the sister, and whatever the fuck Johnny is. Which I think they later say that Johnny is a ghost. I'm not too certain about that, but then it actually cuts to Johnny and the stepfather, and Johnny turns him into a fucking cockroach. What the fuck? So I didn't understand what was happening, and I didn't realize that that this was him using his wizard powers. I completely forgot what the name of the movie was, and I just remember I was watching this because it was the lowest rated thing. So so Johnny and the stepfather are talking, and then then Johnny just is like, hey, fuck you, and then turns him into a cockroach. And he says, I want to be like you. I want to be back to being human. And he's like, no. I'm not a human. I'm a ghost. And he's like, fine. I want to be a celebrity. And then he turns it back or some shit like that. What the fuck? I was really, really confused. But I think that there's nothing really important that happens other than, because I think you have to watch it. I think you really have to fucking watch it. But I think we're going to skip to the end here, where, so, Daniel's doing this concert. And he's doing the concert, and then it's time for a little break. A little intermission. So then Daniel, Daniel. Did I say Johnny? I meant to say Daniel. Daniel goes out back, and he's getting dressed up, and then some girl, which, by the way, I'm completely add, we later see, so the the daughter and the brother, sister and brother, go to the concert with a gun to kill Daniel. Because they're going to get the job done. They're going to fucking kill this motherfucker. So they have the gun, and they're going to do it, and Tom, the brother, has the gun, and he's going to shoot him, and then he just falls in love. He's like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Do you see what I'm seeing? This is fucking amazing. And then the sister's like, give me that shit. And it's so funny because she was telling him to shoot him, and I believe she was telling him to shoot him while Daniel had a child in his hands. So there was like a little, maybe 4-year-old child who went up on stage with Daniel, and Daniel was kind of like holding her hand and just like singing, you know. I don't know why, I don't think it actually showed us the lyrics to what he was singing, and I think he was actually speaking English, I just don't fucking remember. But he had the child in his hands and he was just singing. So that would be so fucking funny if Tom was like, or the brother was just like, oh, okay, fuck it, and then just like shot his ass. Can you imagine that? Oh my god, I'm finally hanging out with this celeb. Oh my god, he just got fucking shot. I don't know, that'd be so fucking hilarious. I wish that would have been the perfect fucking ending to this. But so the sister comes in with the gun, and she goes out back to where he is. No security, by the way. No fucking security. She holds the gun to his head and is like, follow me. And so the next scene cuts to them walking. Not in a vehicle. Walking. They're in a fucking stadium. I'm guessing. Probably not a stadium, but they are at a concert. and they walk all over to her house, which looks like a shitty neighborhood, by the way. So I don't know how far away the concert is. But even if the person lived close, concerts usually are very far away from homes. So God, you fucking better hope that they were like very close in that, because there wasn't any sweat on them, which I guess no paying attention to detail. But can you imagine they just like walk for 15 miles or something, and I'm like, oh my god, you're definitely gonna fucking die after this. But so the sister, she's over there, and then she like calls Tom. She's like, Tom, get your ass down here. And then they even make the stepfather and the brother and the father meet up, and the stepfather meet up, and he's like, hey, are you gonna come over here to help me kill Daniel? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna help you kill Daniel. And he's like, oh, you're a pussy. You're chickening out of this. And he's like, I'm not the one who wanted fame. I'm the one, or y'all are the one who wanted fame. I'm the one I don't care about fame. Y'all do. Because that's the entire plan, is to kill Daniel so they can get famous. I mean, I guess that's definitely a thing to help you get famous. And that's it's just such a crazy idea. But either way, Tom and the sister meet back up with each other, and before they meet up with each other to go after Daniel, Johnny comes in, and Johnny's there, and he's like, hey, hold on, let me he's carrying the fucking trombone with this shit. Hey, you have to survive, and if you do survive, then you'll live. This is your test. And they also cut back to something before this, by the way, where he told Daniel, hey, you're gonna fucking die, by the way, when you least expect it. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he says, I told you this 12 years ago. and that's just fucking hilarious. Either way, Tom and the sister, or brother and sister. Oh, her name's weird. It's like Kira, like it's an actual German name. So I'm just gonna the brother and the sister. So the brother and the sister, they're going back and forth, and eventually ends up with, listen, I don't want to do this shit, Tom. If you want to fucking do this shit, you can. I'm gonna go over to my house and have a nice evening. You can kill him. You take the fame. You get all the punishment. I don't get shit. This never happened. I didn't hold a gun up to his face and bring him here. No. I left. I was never here. And then she walks off. And then now Tom he's left with the decision to either kill him or not kill him. Can you guess which one he fucking didn't? So Daniel gives him a proposition. His proposition is, hey, don't kill me. Don't kill me, and I won't tell anyone. I mean, no one will know where the fuck I went. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, fuck it, I'll do it. And then Tom walks out. And so then then the guy's like, oh, or Daniel, he's like, oh, okay then. And then he just walks out. You don't see the stepfather, by the way, until very long after this. You don't see the stepfather again, so I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But I guess he just like left the house or something. Either way, Daniel goes back to the concert without a car. By the way, he must have fucking ran. And I want to completely add, when Daniel got kidnapped, the people there, they saw that he wasn't there and he was missing. So then they said, we're having technical difficulties. We're going to have another band show up. Daniel's not going to be here, though. Hopefully I'll enjoy the show. And then they walk out. And then Daniel comes back. And they're like, holy shit, it's impossible. Which is so fucking funny to me, because that just means that they were expecting Daniel to not show the fuck up again and just fucking end the show with a random band. That's so fucking funny to me, because if that was me, if I showed up to like a Metallica concert and then none of the Metallica members were there, and they were just like, hey, we're gonna have another fucking band play, and then an entire other band plays through the set, that would be so fucking hilarious. Like, I would want a refund immediately. I'd want a fucking refund. So that's just what that was. With Daniel. I'm trying to remember what else happened. Oh yeah, so Daniel goes over there. He finishes his concert. He did it. Yay, yippee! And that's kind of where you expect the movie to end, but it's not. So there was another girl you were following through this, and she was trying to convince her uncle to like, or like her grandpa to like Daniel, because he doesn't like Daniel at all. But then he shows up to the concert. He loves Daniel now, and I mean that's it. It shows them, and it's like, hey, go to sleep. I like Daniel. Okay, bye. And that's kind of what happened. So okay, something really weird happened. I'm guessing it was during the middle of this film. Because there was a point in this, I might actually show this clip, because it creeped me the fuck out. So, I was just watching like this, I was watching on my TV, I'm just looking at it, and then the most terrifying fucking thing happened, and I legitimately got jump scared. So, the actor themselves got like actually injured. I don't know when. I don't know, like, I don't know if this was in the middle of it. I don't know if this was like way before it. But the actor got injured. Daniel got injured. And the stepfather is shown. And he goes, Daniel shall die. Daniel shall die. And then just like flashes you with all these images. And it's fucking terrifying. It is legitimately fucking terrifying. And it only does that for like 3 or 4 seconds, but it scared the fuck out of me, because I wasn't expecting it at all.
Der Kübelberg-Musik, der Kübelberg-Musik, Musik, Musik.
Also, I want to completely add, before this, they never mentioned Daniel with a guitar, but apparently it means so much to Daniel, because the wizard comes over there and he's like, hey, Daniel meets up with Johnny, and he goes, hey, when can I get my guitar? Or not my guitar, when can I get my gift? My Christmas gift. And he's like, Daniel, always thinking about you. It's always about you. And he's like, I mean, yeah, but you said if I pass the test, then I get a gift. And he's like, tisk, tisk, tisk. You have to give up something to them. You have to give a gift to them. And when I say them, I mean the fucking killers. The more specifically, the brother and the sister. He has to give a gift to the brother and the sister. Why, you may be asking? Dude, I wish I could fucking tell you. So I guess he just wanted him to forgive them by giving them a guitar. And he's like, dude, I'm not giving them my fucking guitar. And he's like, okay, if you're not gonna give them their guitar, then shit, I guess you're not gonna be a fucking wizard then, you know? I mean, shit, I personally want to be a wizard, but no, it's okay, you know? It's okay, you don't have to be a wizard. Like, you don't have to be. So, he's just like, oh, fuck it, fine, I'll do it. And then he shows up to their house. Yeah, very bold fucking move. Man, I'd have the biggest fucking balls if I show up to someone that tried to kill me with a gift to be like, hey, here. And it's a guitar. And then it it cuts to them just dancing with the guitar, and it's so funny because you know that these aren't the characters. And it was so wholesome and so heartwarming as well, because these aren't the characters that they're trying to present here. They're presenting the actors. They're not presenting Tom and whatever the fuck her name was. They're not presenting the brother and the sister in this scene. They're presenting the actors themselves. So I thought that was really wholesome, because it is just them genuinely having fun with each other, just like messing around, jumping up and down, having just like laughing, having a ton of fun with each other. Like I said, it was really heartwarming. But yeah, no, it was really fucking. It was it was funny because although they're trying to show you the actors and not the characters, you still remember that this isn't the same movie. This is kind of like if Thanos just started busting it down with Thor after Infinity War, and they just started like dancing and shit. Then that's kind of what this would be like. So yeah, but like they try to fucking kill you. What the fuck? But no, they're just like dancing, having fun and shit. And I thought that was really fucking cool. But the movie ends with Daniel getting a wand. Now he's a wizard, I guess. And yeah, I think I think that's just basically what happens. He becomes a wizard. Yeah, he just becomes a fucking wizard. And it turns out Johnny is not just some fucking random pervert that preys on little young children. It turns out Johnny is his grandpa. Yep. And the grandma fell in love with him, and he was a trombone player. That's how the movie ends. I'm pretty sure that's not how the movie ends. I remember there's either two ways this movie ends. One was either that way, or one was the one where I got fucking jump scared and almost shit my fucking pants, because it really did just throw me off guard. It fucking terrified me, because it had nothing to do with the vibes of the movie at all. It's kind of like if a children's movie just decided for like 3 random seconds to just show like, I don't know, fucking some creepy shit. Just like, let's say in the movie Trolls, it's just like, the trolls hanging out, doing their own shit, and then it immediately cuts to, they must die. They must fucking die. And then it just shows like their dead corpse and shit. Like that's kind of what this would be like. Obviously I'm over exaggerating it, but that is kind of how it felt like. It's because it really did just feel off guard. It did, like, it happened out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, I think and after that scene, Daniel goes to a church. I don't know if that's how the movie ends. I'm not too certain if it's that way or a different way. All I know is that this is going to be a pain in the ass to edit, because I do want to show y'all that scene. So yeah, either way, I think that's where I'm going to end this video. And I want to say this as well. The IMDb scores, they make this movie sound really bad. Like I said, they made this movie sound boring bad. This is a fun, bad movie. I was so scared going into this that this would be just genuinely awful. But this was actually a really fun, bad movie. And it was really, really just awful, yet so fucking funny. I don't think I can explain it and put it into words. Just how fucking funny and how fucking terrible and awful this movie truly is. It is so bad. Either way, hopefully y'all enjoy this little hour of videos I gave you for the next 2 days, or for the past 2 days. If y'all don't know, this is not my usual content. My usual content is wrestling videos, but, you know, I felt like I should just make this video because it was fucking fun. Yeah, let me know if there's any other movies that you want me to see. Yeah, with that being said, I thought this was really fucking fun. Hopefully, you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. And I will see y'all guys next time, and bye.